What's going on, guys? So we survived week number 7. We picked the Patriots over the Titans, and it really wasn't too bad. What I kind of warned against, the only thing that had me a little worried about that was the Titans' new head coach coming in, and it always usually provides a pop for the team. And luckily for us, that pop only kind of lasted a quarter and a half in the beginning of the game when we were like, "Oh, it's getting a little sweaty here. Let's take care of business." And then the Patriots really kind of just opened up and beat the Titans. And then for the rest of the week, there really wasn't too many other eliminations. There was 3.5% on the Steelers. I warned against that one. I don't like picking Thursday nights because it's just a short week and a lot of things could happen. And then the Bears kind of took care of the Saints, almost 10% on that one. The Chiefs had 50%. That wasn't even a competition. That game was over in the first 5 minutes of the game. And then 7%, whoever, if you guys took the Broncos and you survived that one, I mean, you kind of had no business surviving that game. That was but hey, you know what? That's the name of the game, survive in advance. So if you picked them and you survived it, good for you. The Giants had no business blowing that game, but they did. And then for the rest of the week, I mean, the Packers survived the sweaty 1-2 against the Cardinals. There's only a 3.5 on that one. So really not that many eliminations this week in the DraftKings Survivor pool. It started at 10,470 over here. I think it's down to about 2,400. So people are getting eliminated. But yeah, let's take a look and see who we want to pick for week number 8. And we're back on survivorgrid.com. I'm going to put the link in the description just so you guys can make your own picks and check off whatever else you've done. And let's dive straight into it. Let's go right to the top. And we see Indianapolis is at 31, almost 32% against the Titans. And obviously, that's because the Titans have just been really bad. They had that kind of new coach pop last week that we talked about against the Patriots, and they looked decent for a quarter and a half. But now that pop's going to go away. I think there's some dissent in the locker room at this point. You know, the Titans are a bad situation this year, and the Colts have exceeded expectations way beyond what anybody else thought. You know, in even the first few weeks, I wouldn't have trusted Daniel Jones, but you know, he's being consistent. He's got a good O line in front of them, and the running game is really good with Jonathan Taylor and that O line pressing forward. I think this will be a really good pick this week if you want to play it safe. So this is definitely one we'll consider. And the next one, about 24% estimated to be on the Falcons against Miami. And that has to do more with Miami just being really bad. McDaniels, his days are numbered. I can't imagine he's going to last the entire year. I'm quite surprised he's made it this far this year. I don't think he's going to last too much longer. But Atlanta, I don't fully trust yet. They haven't put it together consistently enough for me in order to pick them. I mean, McDaniel's fighting for his life, so he's going to have to put some game plans together if he wants to keep his job. So I'm going to avoid Atlanta for right now. I want to see them be more consistent, and maybe we can pick them down the road if they start to put some wins together, but I'm going to avoid that one for this week. And the next one is the Bengals against the Jets. Almost 17% is estimated to go on that one. And the Bengals, I'm you know, they looked really good last week with Joe Flacco against the Steelers, but I once again I want to see them be a little consistent first before I pick them. The Jets, they need a win, and I mean they could go defeated. It's very possible, but the thing that worries me about this game is that Tyrod Taylor knows he's going to be starting. He's going to have a full week to prepare, and he's way better than Justin Fields. He's just a better thrower. He reads defenses better. So I'm going to stay away from that one. The Jets are going to find a win at some point, I think, but I'm going to avoid it just so I could see if Cincinnati can be consistent. You know, if they handle business with the Jets, then we can take them a little more seriously, but I'm going to avoid that one just because the Jets desperately need a win. Then we'll go on to the next one, Tampa Bay against the Saints. Now, this one kind of worries me a little bit just because Tampa Bay has played a lot of close games. So I want to see them kind of, you know, get some big wins in, you know, cover some spreads. And this is an in-division rival, so they know each other a little more. It's in the Superdome. It's never an easy place to play. So just for that reason, I don't want to, you know, sweat a close game between the Buccaneers and the Saints. So I'm going to avoid that one as well. Then the next one is New England against Cleveland. We already picked New England, so I'm, not really going to spend too much time on this one, but I could see this being a closer game. The spread is 7, but the way Cleveland is able to run the ball and they got a good defense, I could see this being closer, more of a sweat. So if you haven't picked New England yet, I'd probably be a little careful with this one, but we've already picked them, so it doesn't really matter for us. The next one is Kansas City against Washington. And I think Jaden Daniels is going to be out. I think he had an MRI. They said it's not as serious as they previously thought, but they're probably going to arrest him in this game. And I think only 3% are on Kansas City because a lot of pools, a lot of players have already picked Kansas City. So this is one we can consider as well. I think there's probably going to be other opportunities down the road to pick Kansas City. So this is probably be my second pick of the week that I would do because Washington without Jaden Daniels is probably going to struggle against the Spagnuolo defense. So, this is definitely one to consider as well. The next one is Philadelphia against the Giants. As we saw 2 weeks ago, the Giants blew out Philadelphia. The Giants have kind of been a little hot recently. I mean, if you take out the fourth quarter against the Broncos, which was inexcusable, they've been playing well. So this one I'm going to avoid too. Philly has not found their proper footing. I know they beat Minnesota last week, but even that, the offense still isn't clicking and firing on all cylinders. The offensive line hasn't looked as good as it did last year, and Saquon Barkley, obviously with the line not playing as well, isn't having as well of a season. So I'm going to avoid this one as well. And then we already picked Buffalo against Carolina, but that one could be a little bit of a sweat too. Carolina's been playing better for sure, and Buffalo hasn't been up to their full potential. So not that it matters for us, but I'd maybe fire a little warning shot about this one. I would probably stay clear. But for this one, I think there's really no option for this week other than to pick Tennessee for us. I mean, pick against Tennessee. No, we don't want to pick Tennessee. Or pick Indianapolis against Tennessee. And, like I said before, Daniel Jones, when he's got protection, he looks really well. The Tennessee defense hasn't really performed well. The coach firing, they're kind of just a total mess. I mean, I think Tennessee will find some wins along the way, so I don't want to be the type of person that's just fading Tennessee every week. But this week with Indianapolis and the way they're running the football and the way Daniel Jones looks calm behind the pocket, I think this one should be an easy win. It's a 14-point spread. That's a massive spread in the NFL. I don't care how good you are or how bad the other team is. That's a big spread to cover in the NFL. And Indianapolis is home. So this one I think should be a safe pick for us guys, and then, if we win this week and we win next week, week 9, we'll be halfway through this thing. And, we'll really be getting the ball rolling. So Tennessee against Indianapolis, we like the Colts in this one. So hopefully we will see you for week number 9. This one, this one would probably be the worst one of them all because Indianapolis should just steamroll this team. But any given Sunday, guys, it's really possible the worst team in the league could beat the best team in the league. That's the way this works. That's why this is so hard. But let me know what you guys are picking. Ask me my opinion on what games you're thinking about. And hit up the comment section, guys. Give me some likes. Give me some subscribers. And let's continue to get some wins here. So we'll see you next week, hopefully. And have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.